Good morning, Big Reds. This is Mr. Dockery, one of your Dean of Students here. Happy Monday. Today is Alumni Day. Got an opportunity to catch up with Roger Wink, works with Kellogg, the company. Big Red alum, class of 1981. That's right, class of 1981. I hope everyone is enjoying the videos. Feel free to stop by my office, room 311 on the third floor. Some of these speakers got some awesome opportunities for you guys as you go through high school and get ready to go off to college, whether you're looking for an internship or something when you come back from college, work throughout the summer, or if you're looking to get into a career in their field. Again, feel free to stop by at any time with any questions. I hope you all enjoy the video. Go Big Reds.
Hey, Big Reds, this is Mr. Dockery, your Dean of Students. I am here with Roger. Roger is a Big Red alum, obviously, class of 81 from Muskegon, with Kellogg right now. He's got about, 25 years of experience working with the company. Okay, just over. So without further ado, I'm excited to speak with him. I won't give a big introduction. I don't want to steal his thunder. So Roger, if you don't mind, kind of just tell us a little bit about yourself to get this thing kicked off.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dockery. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to come back and speak to the students and kind of lay out my journey from my days at Muskegon to now. And my roots at Muskegon High go way back. My parents both graduated in the mid-50s from Muskegon High. I think I even have grandparents that might have gone through the halls at Muskegon High School. So I graduated in 81, so did my brothers and sisters all went through the Muskegon High School program too, and very honored to be an alumni Muskegon. I was a proud member of the football team, JV, sophomore, junior, and senior year, and my blood is Big Red blood. So I go back to the games whenever I can. I've gone to Ford Field and cheered on the Big Reds, and I'm just proud as can be for the tradition, both academically and athletically and everything. It just I'm just a very proud alumni, and I'm just so proud to see what the Big Reds have evolved to today from where they were, and they just keep growing and getting better and better and better. So with that, what kind of questions do you have for me?
Yeah, awesome. So I'll just say, just to kind of piggyback on some things that you said, it's pretty exciting to hear. You hear the Big Red pride thing everywhere you go. Personally, I didn't graduate from Muskegon, but I've been here for a while, born and raised. And you mentioned football. I coach with the varsity football team. So it's exciting. I got a laundry list of a family that are Big Reds like you. So I think we got some kind of similarities. So I feel when you say that. Now, I know you mentioned that you were with Kellogg. What exactly is it that you do with the company, and what path did you kind of take to help you get there?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I am in the R&D, Research and Development Department here at the Kellogg Company. Again, a long story tradition in cereal. I think we were the inventors of ready-to-eat cereal, and I've been working, as you said, for 25 years here, and I've had a very good run here at the Kellogg Company, working on many different food forms, you name it, Pop-Tarts, cereal, everything under the sun. You know, we make all different products. So I've been around the world. I've worked on a lot of different products, and I am blessed to walk down the aisle in the store and see some of my products on the shelf. So and I attribute everything I've done to my roots. I mean, starting off at Muskegon High School, the teachers I had, the teachers that took the time to explain the things to me, and to push me to push me to a better level, to get me to go, reach for the higher bar, is something I'll never forget.
Awesome. And I think, you mentioned your roots. It's kind of still the same thing today. Our teacher staff is phenomenal. They do a good job of working with our kids and help pushing them to help propel them to that next level, whatever career path they want to take outside of high school. So, what with Kellogg? So what kind of opportunities? Because I know that college isn't for everyone, but there are some careers that you can get into, or some majors that you can get into that can help you get into the business side of things with Kellogg's and things like that. What kind of opportunities do you know of any that you guys would have for students? You got a kid that's coming out of high school that may not want to go to college and may just want to get into the workforce and start their career off and start their family off, or maybe they want to go to college and they want to work for a distribution company such as Kellogg. What options are out there for our young Big Reds?
A ton of options, Mr. Dockery. We, thinking back to my days at Muskegon High School, a great chemistry background I got from Muskegon. I did welding, I did automotive repair, I did typing, which I don't think exists anymore, but there was a lot of basics that I took, and I wasn't sure why I was taking them, but every class I took at Muskegon High School prepared me for things I wasn't sure that I was going to do yet. And I think that it's okay to stay for...
my light came on.
It's okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say is it's okay for a student coming out of high school to be unsure of their future. I think that's very normal, was for me. But what I would recommend is keep your options open, keep your eyes wide open, and look around. If something resonates you, lean into that. So your question about what does a Kellogg company have, and one of the things that drew me here to this company was it has many different opportunities to grow and to explore and to look at different avenues. If I got into one thing and I didn't like it, I was encouraged to go into something else. I mean, we have manufacturing plants here in North America and around the world, and we have different opportunities. We have vocations, we have managerial opportunities, we have technical opportunities, we have all different things that you could cross paths with in your journey. And I have, believe me, in my 25 years, I've explored a lot of different arenas within the Kellogg company.
Nice. I think it's so good for our kids to hear that. You mentioned some of the classes that you took when you were here at Muskegon High. Some of those, a lot of them we don't offer anymore, but I think we're kind of transitioning back into that. A few years ago, we just started a geometry and construction class that kids are starting to get back in, and just kind of really helping kids develop them soft skills and get them, as we said, more prepared for the real world. And I know for myself, and this will be good for our kids to hear as well. Sometimes we, as a student in high school, you sit in class like, why the freak am I taking algebra? I'm not going to use this, in 10 years or so. But really, it's the mental part of it. It's the problem solving, and I might have this, and I might have this, and I need to solve for X. I need to come up with a solution, and it's not so much the algebra that you're doing, but it's the mental process behind it. And so I think once our kids get a grasp for that and understand, well, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why this is going to help me down the line when I get in college or when I get out on my own and things come up and I have to come up with a solution. Just kind of using algebra as an example. Couple more questions I got for you. One of the last two. What does it mean to you to, you say your roots, you're from Muskegon, you were part of the football program, you thrived academically. What does it mean to you? You mentioned you go to the games when you can. What does it mean to you to be a Big Red? When somebody says that to you, like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that term just gave me chills, and I'll tell you why. Is because one thing that hasn't changed between then and now is the feeling of community, the feeling of that we are all together, we are all one. I mentioned in my email back and forth that one of the biggest things I learned, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, was the sense of diversity and inclusion that I learned in Muskegon High School and in going through, and we were all together. We were all there was no division between us. We were all community. We were all together. We were all in it together. We were all pulling together, and that tradition I've carried through the rest of my life to today. And in my workplace here, those roots call me, and you know, I want to take what I've learned and you know, make that a part of my community today. And I think that's learning that foundation at Muskegon High School and having those opportunities of inclusion and being included and having that sense of family was probably the most important thing I learned in Muskegon, in addition to the academic part, was that we were all Big Reds. And I'll tell you what, this is a true story, so help me. I was in a Meijer about 6 months ago, and I was checking out. I had my Big Red hat on, and the guy behind me went up to the cashier and said, "I'm going to pay for his groceries because he's a Big Red." And this is here in Battle Creek, Michigan, and it was about $100 worth of groceries.
Maybe he had a food stamp card.
I don't know what it was, but because I was a Big Red and because he recognized I was a Big Red, he took care of me. And that's what we do for each other. We take care of each other. And, you know, when I go into the stands, I still feel that sense of pride and that sense of community and that Big Red love.
That's awesome. I think it's imperative that our kids hear that, because whenever I get a chance to, I like to say that you mentioned diversity and inclusion. Muskegon is really what real life is like, Muskegon High School, because
it sure is.
You got people from all walks of life. You got the rich kid, you got the poor kid, you got the middle class kid. There's Caucasians, there's blacks, there's Mexicans, there's Latinos, and everybody is just in one big pot, and we're there for each other, and you got to deal with people, and you know, it's like a family, and that's life. That's real life. And so a lot of our kids won't realize that till they get out of the building and look back on it, but they'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate it later in life when they get our age. I won't hold you much longer. I got one final question. What kind of advice would you give our kids as they transition, as they go throughout high school and transition into adulthood, whether that's they go right to college, whether they start off right with their family, whatever it may be? What advice would you give them as they leave Muskegon High School?
Yeah, two things. One, you mentioned earlier taking algebra and saying, "I'll never use this again." Please, from the bottom of my heart, don't ever utter those words, because I guarantee, even if you don't use algebra, you're going to use some element of algebra, or you're going to lean into the difficulty of algebra, or you're going to lean into some aspect of algebra. So if you're smart enough right now to say, "I'll never use it," you're not smart enough. You will use it somehow.
Yeah.
And the second piece of advice I'll give is look for the opportunities that scare you, because those are the ones that are going to make you grow. If you walk through life and not confront challenges and do the easy things, you're never going to get anywhere. Lean into the challenges. Lean into the things that petrify you, because those will give you the greatest reward.
Awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much, Roger, for taking the time to speak with me and to allow me to share this video with our students. I'm pretty sure they're going to enjoy it. Don't be afraid to keep in contact with me. We got some events coming up where we're going to be doing a career fair, putting a career fair together, and we want Big Red alum that are out there in the workforce to come and possibly hire some of our students and do some mock interviews with them and things like that, just to kind of help prepare them and propel them once they leave Muskegon High School.
On board, yeah.
Perfect. Again, thank you. You got my contact info. Reach out at any time. We can't get off this Zoom call without a Go Big Reds at the end. So on the count of three, we gotta go fist pump, and we gotta go Big Reds. All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Go Big Red.
Thank you, Rodney.
Love it. Thank you. Take care.
You too.